Let's go!
Well, hey now, everybody. It is the Rob from Kiss 106 and 103gbfrocks.com here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the narcissist, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jerry.
Let's go!
How you doing, pal?
Prediction episode. We haven't had one of these since Mania, pal.
Yeah, since before WrestleMania. It was very early April since our last predictions episode, so it feels good.
I'm excited. I'd like to say you're off to a good start today for a predictions episode because I want to.
Hey,
whenever
Jared, give me 1 second, pal. I apologize.
What's happening? Porn. You have porn up.
All right, I apologize. I am back. As you know, there is a work day that goes on around me.
And it sometimes comes into my room and ruins everything. Let's hope not today. Listen, I never want to hesitate to call you the smartest boy in class, especially when you are the smartest boy in class.
Wait, what happened?
Well, yesterday or the day before, we were talking about Hall of Famers and who would go into the Hall of Fame. And I thought Earl Hebner for sure. And his birthday's tomorrow. That's why it came up. And you're like, Earl Hebner's never going to the WWE Hall of Fame, pal. And I didn't realize the level of heat he had with them. The announcement was made today. Earl Hebner has been hired to be the lead referee for AEW.
Yeah, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Plus,
not happening. It's not going to happen now.
Yeah, I mean there's not even any referees in there to begin with. So,
but if you were ever going to put one in, you put him in.
But also, to be fair, I mean they've mended stuff with everybody, you know. They got over Hulk. Brett got over it. You know, who knows? I mean, if they want to put Earl in, they certainly could.
Hebner boys, birthday tomorrow. I just think it's interesting. The AEW keeps telling me they're going after the young guys, and in the ring they are, but they've got JR calling the matches and Hebner in the ring.
Well, that's whatever. No one's going to the show for the referees.
They don't have Dana Warrior writing for them. They're going to fail.
Oh, man. Are you ready to get started?
I have the predictions, and I had the hardest time with so many of these. Two of them, I always have mine written down before we start. I haven't committed pen to paper on two matches yet. I can't do it. I don't know what to do.
Then you better go first on those two because I'm not letting you piggyback off of this guy, the smartest kid in school, as you call him.
I know. I got to be careful with this. All right. So I'll let you know when we get to those matches.
Here's what I've got for you. As of about 5 minutes before we started this broadcast, I changed an answer. Not based on, I didn't read anything. I just changed an answer.
Sure.
And I had a pretty easy time for most of the card. And I think I've got a few that may surprise you.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel the same way. I had a hard time with at least three of them were just kicking my ass.
So two of them don't have answers already.
Right.
Why don't you want to guide us through this?
Sure. Well, let's start with, I don't know what is officially going to be on the kickoff show, but I'm going to just start us with the Cruiserweight Championship match. We have Tony Nese defending against Arya Daivari.
Let's not waste time on this. Tony Nese.
It's Tony Nese. I almost picked Buddy Murphy again. I don't know.
Is he the champ, Tony Nese?
Tony Nese is. He won it from Buddy at Mania.
Why did I think it was somebody different?
I did too. I don't know. When I saw Tony Nese was fighting Daivari for the Cruiserweight Championship, I had to look and see who had the belt because I don't know. Sorry, guys.
All right, like I said, let's not waste time on that.
All right, next for the SmackDown Tag Titles, Rowan and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos.
Okay, I have a prediction and a reason.
Okay.
My prediction is going to be Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan retain. And my reason is I hear they are going to give the tag belts that hemp treatment.
I had the same. I didn't hear that, but I have them picked for the same reason. I thought for sure this is an opportunity to do hemp tag belts.
Okay.
And it's a good thing, if they do have Daniel Bryan injury concerns right now, this is a good way to give him in-ring work, get him in matches, and protect him a lot.
That makes sense. What's next?
Next is Samoa Joe defending the U.S. title against Rey Mysterio. No word on whether Dominic's at ringside or not.
I hope that they start doing something with Dominic, because I think that the interaction with Joe and Dominic is the potential is there.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a rehash of the Eddie Guerrero stuff, but it's working.
It's been so long, and it's a little different. Like, I don't know. Eddie was saying, my sperm is you, and Joe's just like, I'm better than your dad.
Yeah, I'm your poppy. I'm waiting for him to say, I'm your poppy.
Dominic's not on a poll yet.
Yet. I'll go on this one. I have Samoa Joe. I have Samoa Joe winning this. I don't see Rey Mysterio coming out on top of many feuds.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. You know my philosophy when it comes to Mysterio.
Yeah, and you're not wrong with that philosophy.
I know.
Next, I feel like we're getting the easy ones out of the way. Roman Reigns against Elias in a feud that I think the WWE thought would be more exciting than this.
To my knowledge, neither one of us are on a time crunch, but we're breezing through this, and I don't see a reason to spend a lot of time on this one either.
No, there's absolutely no reason. Go ahead, give it to me.
It's going to be Roman Reigns, pal.
And I'm going to disagree with you and say it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Oh, you said disagree.
I said I'm going to agree with you, Bubba.
I'm telling you, you just said disagree.
Oh, well, I don't disagree. Okay. I'm sorry. It's Roman Reigns. We'll stick with. Now it starts to get a little dicey.
Right.
And now we're going to get to one of the ones that I don't have written down yet.
All right, then you must do the honors.
I have The Miz versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage.
Okay.
Before I go any further, you don't have to give me any hints or anything. Was this hard for you?
No.
This one wasn't hard for you.
No.
Okay. I know why it wasn't hard for you, but I'm having a real problem. I think that this greatest in the world, this Shane McMahon, they're seeing him as like Vince from the Attitude Era. They're trying to use him as like the main antagonist. I really think Shane McMahon is going to win this sucker again.
So there you go.
He got the win in Mania, but it doesn't make sense. The Miz is so over.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not trying to urge you one way or another, but just I believe it was earlier this week. You think it's going to last until SummerSlam, so it would make sense that Shane.
I do think it's going to last until SummerSlam. I just have a hard time thinking that they're going to put the Miz in two big matches against Shane McMahon and have him lose both. That's where I'm having a hard time. You know what? It's Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's going to find a way to win. I'm putting Shane McMahon down. I'm writing Shane.
I mean, Shane's got a pretty good win-loss record. I don't think that's a bad choice.
He's not going to win fair and square, but he's the heel and he's not supposed to.
Well, it's also a cage match, so anything is fair and square.
And it's not, yeah, but someone's going to come in the ring. Someone comes in and interferes. I don't call that fair and square.
It's legal?
Stupid. I have Shane O'Mac winning.
And to be honest with you, I mean, I did kind of want you to say Shane because that means that we disagree. Because I do have the Miz winning, but okay. I believe that you believe Shane will win, and that's okay.
I believe that Shane is going to be around in this capacity until SummerSlam, at least until the next Saudi Arabia show, which is where he won Greatest in the World. And to keep that up, he's got to keep winning by hook or by crook. And I also was thinking the other day but I also thought like the Miz getting rid of Shane here would be a good idea. I think with as over as the Miz is right now as a face, he would actually be a really good feud for Bray Wyatt right away.
I don't see this one. I have a few disagreements on this. Not that any of your ideas are bad, I don't think, but I don't see this one lasting until SummerSlam. This one got started, before WrestleMania.
I want it to be over. I think that Shane in the greatest in the world, Shane sticks till SummerSlam. Maybe not with The Miz, but I just don't think he's going to lose until SummerSlam.
That part might be true. Oh, no, I see him losing on Sunday. I think it will be a good match. I think it's obviously going to have, at least with a cage match, it might make sense for Shane to do a crazy leap. But I think that I think this will deliver the goods. Once they announced this cage match was when I really was like, man, this card is coming together. And I'm excited for this match. And I do think this will kind of be, for lack of a better term, the blow off. Not that it's going to be the last time they don't like each other or maybe even their last match. But I think that Miz will get his win back from Mania. There's a lot of things making me feel Mizzy.
Okay. Well, I feel Shaney. So there we are. Shane and Miz, our first disagreement.
That's a good one to disagree on.
Yeah. Next, let's get one of them out of the way. We've got Becky Two Belts defending the Raw Women's Championship against Lacey No Belts.
Okay.
I could take this one again if you'd like. I think that Becky wins. I think that Becky wins. I think this is going to be the first of the Becky matches, and I think she's going to win this one.
All right. This was the one that I actually changed 5 minutes before we went to air.
Okay.
Becky was my first answer. Lacey is my final answer.
Oh my, Lacey No Belts.
A few things. Number one, my gut was like they've got don't they even have merch for Becky Two Belts?
Yes.
Well, that was one. That was one thing that made me think Becky. Also, Becky's on fire. But I feel like the end game of giving Becky the two belts at Mania was to eventually get one onto Lacey. Lacey, since even before Mania, if you remember, I took Lacey in the Women's Battle Royal, even though she wasn't even in it.
Yeah.
And I really believe that they believe, including Vince, in Lacey Evans.
She's got the look. She's good in the ring. From what I've seen, we've had very limited.
She's got a cool backstory in her real life, and she seems to be working. And I think
she's a total smoke show.
Absolutely
hot,
very hot. And I do believe that again, it's not with great confidence, but I think they want to start her out with a bang. And maybe it will be the second match after Charlotte defeats her. I don't think it's going to be clean. I just think that she's going to somehow weasel her way out of Money in the Bank, or at least this match with Becky with the title.
Interesting.
That's what I got for you, pal.
Interesting. Very. That's. I love it. We've disagreed two of the in a row. I'd like now to go to SmackDown and have KO taking on KOFI for the WWE Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
I love Kevin Owens. You know I love Kevin Owens.
My favorite part of the roster right now.
This is absolutely the perfect spot for him right now. He's the best foil for Kofi at this time. I don't see him winning this week. I don't see them. Kofi's been rising to the occasion. Kofi's been doing a great job. He's a legitimate champion right now. I feel like he wasn't right away, but it feels right. It's not the right time to take it off of Kofi. I think that Kofi Kingston leaves Money in the Bank with the belt.
Okay. I think everything you just said is right. And despite all of that, I think Kevin Owens is going to win. I think everything you said is right, except for the very end. And again, I think this is an example of what I was saying earlier. This is me going out on a limb. I think I went out on a limb with Kevin Owens and with Lacey Evans.
Sure did.
I'm taking what I feel is the unsafe road here, and here's my reasoning. Yes, Kofi has risen to the occasion. Yes, I think Kofi is over-delivering in his role. Yes, I think everyone behind the scenes is amazed and impressed and behind Kofi. So what a better time to get the belt onto a heel champion than way early in a title run that the crowd is totally digging. And I think you can double that up with the fact that this may have been his spot anyway. Kevin Owens sat WrestleMania out because Kofi Kingston was red hot and nowhere near the title picture. So I think that it was probably around WrestleMania time that it was supposed to go to Kevin anyway. That I'm going to say new SmackDown champ, like it or not, Kevin Owens.
I will like it, actually. You know how I feel about it, but we disagree. In my heart, boy, this is fun. Here we go.
Yeah, I think those are my only two crazy picks that I'm like, what are you thinking, Hirschbiel? But I committed to them.
Next, let's go to the women's ladder match. It's women's Money in the Bank. We have Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Natalya, Naomi, and Carmella. Pretty much the whole women's roster.
I just wrote something down and didn't give it a lot of thought. So if you do have reasons, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I wrote down Mandy Rose.
Do you have any reason for Mandy Rose?
Not really. I think she would be a good job. She would in that Sami Zayn way like you were telling us on Monday or on Monday's recap episode. I can see her being a good heel with the belt and teasing cash-ins, and we know they love her, and she's doing a fine job. So I think that she might be a potential future champion.
That wouldn't be a shock. Dana Brooke would also not surprise me, although I think she's the biggest long shot.
Yeah, I don't think she's likely to win.
Alexa Bliss, I think, is probably the favorite if we were taking odds.
The only thing stopping me there is that she won last year.
Right. No, she won the year before. Didn't Carmella win last year? Or am I getting those years mixed up? No, Carmella won 2 years ago. You're right. Yeah. Alexa won last year. I have Bayley. I put Bayley. I feel like Bayley and Sasha have been separated. Who knows what's going on with Sasha Banks, if she's coming back or not. They put Bayley on SmackDown. They want to establish her again as a singles star. She was hot for a second, and the magic was gone. I think it might be too late, but if they wanted to reboot and fix Bayley in any way, this would be the signature. This would be the way to kind of give her that
makes sense.
The goose that I think she would need to make people care about her again. And then if it doesn't work here, then she's see you later. Those wavy, wacky, inflatable guys will actually be waving goodbye to her career. But I have Bayley, so I have Bayley.
That was good rationale. I'm with you there.
Next.
By the way, we've been on fire these past few matches. How many matches and how many disagreements have we gone through so far?
8 matches, 4 disagreements.
Look at that.
The first 4 we just breezed through. Well, it's in the first minute of the show.
Yeah, and not only that, I'd rather disagree on the big matches.
Yeah. Let's do the Raw Universal Championship. This is going to be a fun match. Potential to steal the show with these two guys. I mean, it's AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. Although I don't know about you, but they haven't given me a lot to sink my teeth into story-wise for those two.
I agree.
I'm not desperate to see these guys fight, other than the fact that they both have a work rate that's superb.
It's two baby faces, so they don't want to turn either one of these guys or really give the fans a reason to turn on these guys. They started pawing at each other in Evansville, but nothing that broke out into a real because they were on a 3-man tag team with Braun.
Do you think this is a one-and-doner, or do you think they're going to do it kind of like the AJ Nakamura? You know, it was very respectful and everybody was nice, and then the next thing you know, it's Nutshot City for the next 3 months.
I haven't given that any thought. If it's my only two choices is one and done or a whole bunch of matches like Nakamura, I'll go one and done. But I haven't given that any real thought.
I'm not dying for this match, although I do think it'll be fun. I have Seth Rollins winning.
I also have Seth Rollins winning. Did this one make you think?
No, not even a little bit.
Me neither. I don't think AJ is crazy because he's proven himself to be a great champion that the company gets behind. But I think that Seth is very much the same thing, and he's not going to lose on his first big title defense, in my opinion.
No, and Seth, it's not the same run he had the first time around. I mean, that's, you and I have talked about it arguably being the best championship run in the last 10, 20 years when he won it the first time. Heel Seth Rollins.
It was a very good run. I can think of at least one that was better, but
they're going to give him some time on this run, I think.
I'm not even trying to pick a scab here, but one that I would think would be better was that quote-unquote historic title run from CM Punk.
Okay. Probably. I didn't watch then. I didn't watch a lot of the CM Punk stuff, so I don't know.
It was the longest title run in modern history, Jer.
Until you get to Brock Lesnar, ruining it for everybody. You are picking scabs now.
Now I am.
You prick. Okay, so let's go to the second of Becky 2 belts matches. Now, on your scorecard, you have Becky 1 belt at this point, taking on Charlotte no belts.
I actually think that she will be Becky 2 belts when she takes on Charlotte.
You think Charlotte will be first?
Because of the story that I think they might want to tell. Yes.
Okay. I put it in a different order because of the story I think they want to tell.
So obviously, I think they want to tell a story where maybe Charlotte drains Becky, or maybe Charlotte after a loss hurts Becky or whatever, something that will get the belt off of her for Lacey. But I do think Becky will get past Charlotte with the belt.
So you have Becky.
I do have Becky 1 belts.
So I feel like they don't want Becky having 2 title defenses every pay-per-view. I feel like Becky has been champion and been on SmackDown for so long that if she's going to drop any of these belts, belts.
Oh my God, are you picking? Go ahead.
The SmackDown belt is the one she's going to drop. If she's going to drop a SmackDown belt, I have her dropping or a belt. She's going to drop the one on SmackDown and not the one on Raw. They want her to be a Raw champion. It's Vince's baby. We're not to the Fox thing yet. So I have Becky 2 belts.
Oh, okay.
Winning 2 matches at Money in the Bank. I have her beating Lacey Evans and I have her beating Charlotte. I don't have her winning 3 matches at Money in the Bank. I have Bayley cashing in and winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. I know you don't love when this happens, but it's a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and I think Becky's losing the SmackDown Championship to Bayley on Sunday night.
Let me make something very clear.
I feel it in my heart.
First of all, I don't get annoyed when you do it, is the first thing.
You don't? I thought you did.
No. I just get annoyed when it happens every pay-per-view by people.
Okay.
I'm not even singling. There's no one who's coming to mind. It's just whenever you read stuff, you're always reading people are predicting the cash in. If you've got a logical reason for it, like you think she's going to make it to 3 matches, like that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it tells a good story. It's like, wow, Becky won 2 matches. Oh my God, she has a 3rd match now?
That's a story.
And it's Bayley, and I didn't want to get into it too much when I picked her, but I think that Bayley needs a heel turn. I think Bayley needs to do something different. Hugging it out isn't working for her right now, and I think that this is an opportunity for her to come in and make a little bit of noise.
I think that might be an even bolder prediction than the 3 matches.
take the belt from Becky. So I do have Becky winning both matches, but I don't know how you want to play it. I do feel like Bayley's walking out the SmackDown Women's Champ.
Well, here's the way. We've been through this before. If there is a winner between Becky and Charlotte, and if it's Becky, you win. It depends on if Bayley cashes in. It depends on when.
It'll be after. I think it was after Bella's ring.
So does it become a 3-way match, or does it become a third match?
Third match.
Okay.
3 matches.
Well, you don't get. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, if you predict that, I'll give you mad credit, but that's a match that's not on the card.
Got it. I get it. But but if it happens, I want you to be like, "Hey, Jer, today you're the smartest boy in school."
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I feel good. I feel good about that.
I'll give you the same speech you're going to give me when Dean Ambrose comes back to WWE.
Oh, you son of a gun. You know, he's teaming up with Earl Hebner. They signed him. It's a done deal, pal. TNT drama. Okay, the men's Money in the Bank is the last one, and I don't have a name written down.
Oh, this is your time, pal. You got to have a name written down.
All right, here's what's going to happen. I usually, like, when I'm walking through telling a story, I know who it is, and I tell my reasoning in a way that almost teases what it's going to be. And, you know, I'm storytelling. I'm not. You're going to see me actually work it out in my head here. Okay? Like, Ricochet is the pinball. Okay? He's the pinball of this match. He's not going to win this match. He's just there to just get thrown around and dump off of stuff and dive and do all that and, like, try not to die. He's the Jeff Hardy in this match. So Ricochet's not it. Finn Balor isn't going to get it. He's just not. Ali's not going to get it. Orton's not going to get it. I'm just putting them all out of there. Drew McIntyre makes so much sense. I mean, it's like, that's the guy, right? Drew McIntyre's the guy. Looks like he's chiseled out of stone. They're putting him on radio interviews. They're getting ready to push this guy. He had a hell of a Mania entrance.
Man, I even heard him on the Rob's radio show with Matty West.
That's usually the kiss of gold. You usually talk to champs or soon-to-be champs.
Listen, what happened when I interviewed Batista?
I interviewed him too, pal.
Hey, what happened when I interviewed Kofi Kingston 3 times?
I know. Carmella.
New Day came in as tag champions. Carmella and as women's champion. I am the kiss of... I have the Midas touch.
The Midas touch. So Drew McIntyre makes just so much sense. That's the name I just keep coming back to, Drew McIntyre. But I also think that, like, Andrade and Zelina Vega would make so much sense with a Money in the Bank. She reminds me of Sherry Martel for some reason. Like, they just seem like such a good team. Like, she's such a heel.
I can get the comparisons there.
I really enjoy Andrade, and I think that it would make so much sense for him to get it too. And Sami Zayn, I mean, we talked about this before, and now him showing up with Kevin Owens and having the Money in the Bank when Kevin Owens is fighting with Kofi Kingston, like that's a built-in story.
So is it down between 2 for you?
The WWE doesn't listen to us. The WWE doesn't care. The WWE wants to stick it up our nose with a rubber hose. They do what they want. They push who they want. They don't care what people like. They don't care what people want. And I really, truly don't think they're listening. I really think it's going to be Baron Corbin.
Corbin?
That's what's making this hard for me. It's either
do it.
McIntyre or Corbin. It's really or Zayn or Andrade.
What happened to the other 3?
I know.
Well, pick one, pal.
I know he won it 2 years ago, and it was a total flop, but they haven't beat Kurt Angle at WrestleMania for a reason. He's been winning his matches. They're booking him on top. I don't know why. I think Baron Corbin's going to get that son of a bitchin' thing again.
Dude.
I'm putting Baron Corbin down.
There you go.
I've been resisting the urge all morning.
There's
all
your sign.
morning. That's who I don't. This sounds like you're always like, go ahead, talk to that stripper. Go ahead, do it.
Wait, what?
You always. This sounds like the Rob that encourages me to do like dumb things. Like, yeah, you should do that. Take your shirt off. Get on top of that table, pal. You're going to be fine. Write down Baron Corbin. That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Talk to that stripper. Yeah,
talk to her. Yeah. She's good. There it is. I've made it official. Baron Corbin. I'm not happy with it, but you watch those sons of guns. You watch them. They'll do it to us. They're going to do it to us. They're going to they're going to give it to him again.
Boy, I feel like that is your out on a limb prediction right there.
I've been resisting it all day because I think it's kind of stupid. But at the same time,
that's what it was with me with Lacey Evans. I was just like, I know that's probably a long shot, but I feel it in my bones.
I'm done picking against Vince McMahon. I'm done. Baron Corbin, Money in the Bank, poop on my parade. Who do you have, brother?
I am picking with Vince McMahon, and the one I think is his favorite in this match. And of course, I'm also betting on me and my Midas touch.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, you and I have been saying it for weeks. It's going to be him, and I just couldn't commit. Say it out loud.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre's your pick.
So
I hope you're right, just so we can say the Rob's radio show with Matty West, although it's been the Rob's radio show with other people. As long as Rob's talking to him.
Matty wasn't even here when we talked to Drew.
They're getting gold.
Well, I've also had I believe this was may have been post ECW championship, but I had John Morrison on, and he was a world champ.
I talked to Triple H once.
Look at us. He owns the company now. I
also interviewed the Hurricane. So
I've also had my Chavo Guerreros and my Titus O'Neills. You've had Jeff Hardy, world champ.
I did have Jeff Hardy. I did.
Is that pre or post world championship?
That was post. I think that was post. It might have been pre, but he had definitely had it was after all the tables, ladders, and chairs business. He'd won championships.
Okay.
Maybe not the singles yet. I'm not sure.
Well, either way, we got some good stuff on here. Can you give me a quick recap before we sign off?
Sure. We both think Tony Nese is going to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. We both think Rowan and Bryan are going to retain the SmackDown Tag Championships and at some point debut hemp belts. We both think Samoa Joe is going to retain the U.S. Championship. We both have Roman Reigns. You have Drew McIntyre winning the Money in the Bank. I have Baron Corbin. You have Mandy Rose winning Money in the Bank. I have Bayley. I have Bayley cashing in, actually, after Becky defends both titles successfully and winning the SmackDown. You have Lacey Evans beating Becky. We both have Seth Rollins. I have Kofi. You have KO. I have Shane O'Mac. You have The Miz. And that's that.
So we disagree on 5 of 11?
5 of 11. And there's one match I keep reading about, but I haven't seen officially confirmed. And that would be a kickoff show match for sure. And it would be the Iconics defending their tag championships against the Kabuki Warriors, in which case I just would say the Iconics would win.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So if that happens, you heard it here first.
Well, guys, it was a pretty unpredictable episode of our predictions today, and we obviously want to hear yours. Jared, please send me a picture of that if you can.
As soon as we get off, I'll send a pickaroo.
And we want to know what you guys think about the predictions, and we want to see yours. So leave those predictions in the comments, and we always love seeing your thoughts. By the way, I loved everyone's first CDs yesterday.
I love that. That was a great topic. Also, if Baron Corbin wins Money in the Bank, I'm coming in on Monday wearing a vest.
Well, listen, that's it for today. We'll be back on Monday to recap post to post. Or let me try that again. We'll be back Monday to recap Money in the Bank right here on Post to Post.
We're going to recap Post to Post on Money in the Bank right here.